All right, welcome back, everybody. Um, so here's my 201t project, converting it from electronic carb to a standard carb. Some frustrations and rants I have with Stihl in their engineering department. So the saw is basically the same, right? Almost. So why they would do this is beyond me. It seems like they would be further ahead if they wouldn't. Of course, this isn't much of a big deal to handle, right? We showed you why I was switching this out. Now, I could have drilled this plastic and that would have been fine, right? So, which would have been things. So this handle plastic is the same, and I'll turn that around in a minute. So there's all the things. But down in here, so the cases on here are slightly different. This was the electronic carb saw. Here is this little pull-out plastic piece that held some wires. Why? Not sure really, unless it was to pull it out just so you could change wiring harness out and you needed that extra room for the plug. That may have been the case. It's not there. So this is a solid case and this is the standard one. So it sure seems like there's still enough room to pull it through, but that's where that's at. So talk about the coils being different, but in here also, right in here is, let's see if it'll focus, there's a rubber grommet. The rubber grommet that is right here. So that's where this rubber grommet is smaller on the non-electronic saw versus the other one. Why would they do that? It's beyond me. It's like, why not make something simple across the board, right? There's plenty of room to get the wiring through. There is. So anyways, put that away aside. The next one, of course, covers. They look identical. They're the same size, everything, with the exception when you get into the plug. Now, there's also the difference is in this ring here, these plugs will not interchange because that goes over to these two pieces, right? So you got one that's plastic, this is the electronic carb one, and this is the non-electronic carb one. So you can kind of see, well, there is a difference. These plugs will snap into the other cases, interchange, but they will not work on the other side. And the reason they won't work, because there's a deeper groove here, and there's a little bit of nodule there for the electronic carb to sit in for that plastic piece versus this plastic piece. You can see the groove difference. So they really don't work on there. None of frustrations. At least the air filter is the same. At least other than these housings, these are the same. And like I said, this wouldn't be a big deal because you could drill through the side of the handle. Now, let's switch over to the carburetors. Had it up and running yesterday. There was some fits on linkage. The linkage is all the same, identical linkage. But to get the choke to work, I notched this in here, right where you're seeing this. That was a notch, otherwise it was smooth. So the choke wasn't working and I had to hold it on right there. And let's see if I can just, there we are. We'll zoom in here. So you can kind of see I tried to create a notch for it to work, didn't quite get it to work. And then also, let's see if I can't get these two together so you can kind of see some maybe differences on here. Bear with me, guys. So you can kind of see the differences on the linkages right there for the choke mechanism. So anyways, what am I going to do? I'm going to switch these out, right? These can be interchanged. At least I'm thinking they can, because looking at it, they're the same thing, interchanged, same carburetor, obviously, except for this other side. It was fired up and sounding really snappy. So pretty much hoping that would do a lot and fix it. But anyways, yeah, some frustrations. Stihl, You think you'd save yourselves boatloads in tooling, boatloads in all kinds of stuff, make it a little bit more interchangeable. I mean, for God's sakes, really, come on. Maybe you could lower the price on your aftermarket parts, or your not your aftermarket parts, but your OEM parts for folks to repair. Anyways, have a lovely day. Happy Father's Day, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.